All right, so this is 2.2, standard form of a quadratic function. This is part 3. The essential question is, how do you write a quadratic function in standard form given the 3 points? So remember that the standard form of a quadratic function is in the format of y equals 8x squared plus bx plus c. So we gotta write an equation in that form, which means we need to find your a value, your b value, and your c value. In this case, we're given 3 random points: -2, 32, 1, 5, and 3, 17. So let's go ahead and follow the steps. So step number 1 says, write 3 equations by substituting the values of x and y into the standard form and create a system of equations. So we're going to be creating a system of equations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite the standard form a little different. So I'm actually going to rewrite it with the y on the other side. So this is going to be 8x squared plus bx plus c equals y. All right. And I'm going to be creating 3 equations using that form. So I'm going to plug in -2, 32. This is x, this is y, and this is what's going to look like. So for every x, I'm going to plug in -2. So I got a x squared plus b times x plus c equals y. So for every x, I'm going to plug in -2. For every y, I'm going to plug in 32. Then I'm going to use the second point, which is 1, 5, and I'm going to do the same thing. I got 8x squared plus bx plus c equals y. For every x, I'm going to plug in 1. For every y, I'm going to plug in 5. And again, this is x, this is y. And finally, the last point, that's going to be 3, 17. Again, this is x, this is y. And I got 8x squared plus bx plus c equals y. So for every x, I'm going to plug in a 3. For every y, I'm going to plug in 17. And notice that again, every time I'm going to plug in something, I'm actually using parentheses because it keeps me organized. It's going to avoid me creating a mistake or making a mistake because of negative numbers. And it's also letting me know that parentheses means to multiply. All right. Well, the next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and simplify all of this. So what do I mean with that? I mean, notice that here you got -2 squared. Well, -2 squared equals 4. So go ahead and simplify everything. All right, so I'm going to use the first equation. I got a times -2 squared. Well, I know that -2 squared equals to 4. 4 times a equals 4a. Then I got -2 times b, which equals -2b. I got plus c, and then equals to 32. And then the next one, I got 1 squared, which equals 1. 1 times a equals 1a. b times 1 equals plus 1b. Plus c equals 5. Then the next one, I got 3 squared, which is 9. 9 times a equals 9a. 3 times b equals 3b. Plus c equals 17. So now notice that I have a system of equations, and hopefully this brings back a few memories, but this is actually a matrix, and we're going to be solving this system of equations by using your matrix. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do that on the calculator. All right, so you're in the calculator. You're going to go to second matrix. You're going to go to edit. You're going to pick whichever one you like. We're going to be doing a 3x4. And notice that I already have it. I have a 3x4. And notice that I only plugged in the coefficients, so the numbers in front of the variables. So I got 4, -2, 1, 32, 1, 1, 1, 1, 5, 9, 3, 1, 17. So once that's done, you're going to go to second matrix, scroll over to math, and you're going to go all the way down and find RREF, which is letter B. You're going to click enter. second matrix again, and you're gonna pick the matrix that you edited. I'm gonna close the parentheses, click enter, and now we can see that A is 3, B is -6, and C is 8. So we're gonna go back to our paper. All right, so again, we know that A is equal to 3, B is equal to -6, and C is equal to 8. So now we can go ahead and create our quadratic function. So I got y equals 8x squared plus bx equals c, or plus c. So now all I gotta do is go ahead and replace a, b, and c. So my quadratic equation is y equals 3x squared. In this case, b is negative, so that's going to be minus 6x, and then plus 8. And here's my quadratic equation. Okay, so we can go ahead and check our answers and make sure that those points are actually on the graph by just plugging it into the calculator. So let's go ahead and quickly do that. All right, so now that we know what our equation is, we want to check our answer. We want to see if the points that we use are actually on the graph. So let's go ahead and graph this. We got y equals, and I already have the equation there, 3x squared minus 6x plus 8. Let's go ahead and graph this. Now, I don't want to graph it actually because I'm not going to be able to see the points. Where can I see the actual points? So you're going to go to second table, and that's where you can find the points. So I'm looking for -2, 32. So I'm going to go to x equals -2. And I can clearly see that it is 32. So that point is actually there. I need to check for 1, 5. So I'm going to go to 1, and I can see that 1, 5 is right there. And I'm going to go ahead and check 3, 17. So I'm going to go to 3 and check that 3, 17 is actually right there. So you can clearly see that the 3 points that we used at the beginning are actually on the graph. And that's how you're going to be checking your work.